Next, we're going to show you how to install a insulation pattern on the insulation to fasten it down. The particular pattern we're going to use on this one is called a 16 plate diamond. Depending on your application, the height of the building has a lot to do with it, things like that. That pattern will change, but you'll have the specs of the job when you go there. So I'm going to show you how to lay it out. You start 6 inches, you want to be 6 and 6. Same thing here. And then you want a little diamond pattern. And that diamond pattern starts out at roughly 18 inches, 24. Goes back up to 36. Then you have a double plate right dead center. The same thing again, you're going to have that diamond plate pattern starting about 18 inches from the edge back up. That's going to be right around 24. These two, and that'll be 32. And then your two end plates as well, 6 and 6 again. And those plate patterns they're readily available through Firestone Spec. So now I'm going to show you how to put the screws in. The drills we use for replacing screws in the insulation, it's just a drill with a clutch in it. I like to just take a handful of screws, put them in your hand, have them all going in the same direction. And you basically put it in. Now you want that plate to be tight enough so it doesn't spin. You'll see when you get it tight enough, it will divot just a little bit in the middle. If you over tighten them, they'll pop through, and then basically you pull that out, you'd have to put a new plate in. It's a lot easier to do the screwing over the top of your work than trying to be off to a side. You just don't get enough pressure and you're going to be spinning your, just like that. You're going to be ruining a bunch of bits doing that. So you want to avoid that as well. I'm going to show you what happens when you over tighten. That's what it does. So you basically back that screw back out of there and you're going to install a new plate. So, and literally, you'd put a new plate on it. That plate is actually, that's junk. It's no good anymore. So that is the screwing pattern for a 16 plate pattern on insulation. Alright, we just got done installing insulation plates. We laid out some insulation and used the insulation plate screws. As you know, there's different substrates on a roof. You might have wood, you might have steel. This happens to be a steel roof. And this roof actually has flues in them. So this is the top of the top of the flue. This is called a flue. This is the rib. So when you're installing the plates through the insulation, as you can see, you'd get down into here, that isn't the proper insulation. You never want to screw the screw into the bottom of the flue. You want to be up on the top, up on top of the rib. And if you're screwing in and you come down and you know that the screws aren't long enough, they're just going to keep spinning out. So you're going to pull that screw back. You can either move it over a little bit this way or move it this way, depending on which way the ribs are running. And these ribs are 6 inches from the top center to here. So if you get there, you just lift it out, simple as that, move it over or move it that way.